and welcome to this Workpermit.com information video. Today we will be discussing the General Skilled Migration Program in Australia, which has undergone quite a few significant changes as of late. And with us today to explain some of these changes is our very own consultant, Mr. Sanwar Ali. Welcome, Mr. Sanwar, and thank you for joining.
Well, thanks for inviting me today.
Maybe to start, could you in a few words tell us what this Skilled Migration Program is and when the changes will take place?
Well, the General Skilled Migration Program comprises of various categories that enable skilled workers to go to Australia on a permanent basis. It has been very, very successful over many, many years. From the 1st September 2007 this year, there are going to be very, very significant changes. The changes are going to benefit some people, but are going to make it more difficult for others. So there's a bit of give and take. Generally speaking, students are going to benefit. Those students who are currently studying at Australian universities, who are going to graduate from Australian universities, those people are going to benefit the most from the changes.
And what would you say are the most important changes?
Well, the most important changes is really the change to the English language requirement. You're now going to have to meet an IELTS score, International English Language Testing System score, of 6 rather than 5 as it is now from the 1st September, unless you're actually somebody who's a tradesperson. In that case, you are going to remain at level 5. So that's good for tradespeople. It's not going to be any more difficult for tradespeople. When it comes to students graduating from Australian universities, it won't really make much difference because students graduating from university in Australia have to be at IELTS level 6 equivalent anyway. So that's not going to affect students so much.
Would you say that greater emphasis is being put now on skilled work experience in Australia?
Yes. What they're doing is they're going to increase the requirement from 6 months of skilled work experience to 12 months of skilled work experience to gain enough points. So that is going to make it more difficult from that point of view. However, you are going to get more points. So if you have the 12 months of work experience, you will get 10 points. Currently, it's only 5 points for 6 months of work experience. So, again, it's a bit of give and take. It's a bit more difficult getting the points, but if you do get the points, you get more of them.
There are also changes for graduates, such as the new temporary work visa.
Yes, indeed. There will be a graduate work scheme. If you graduate from an Australian university and you meet the requirements for this new scheme, you'll be able to stay for 18 months in Australia following graduation to do skilled work. During that time, it is very likely that you're going to get enough points to then come under the General Skilled Migration Program. So this will make it easier for a lot of students to stay in Australia permanently, because even if they don't get enough points for General Skilled Migration when they graduate, they should get enough points once they've been on the graduate work visa.
So they are really simplifying the whole structure of the GSM program.
Yes, that's right. I think that's a good thing. Currently, there are 15 different visas under the General Skilled Migration section. There is going to be a reduction from 15 to 9 from the 1st of September 2007. So that is a very welcome change. It's going to simplify the situation. I think at the moment a lot of people have been a bit confused, trying to figure out which visa is actually relevant to them.
And well, another positive move seems to be that you will now be able to submit all your papers electronically.
Yes, that's a great thing. That's happening around the world more and more. You can put together your case and file it electronically on the government's website. I think that's going to make things speedier. It's going to make life easier for people. So I think that's overall a welcome change.
So how's the implementation of these changes going to affect things? Can we read into them anything about the direction of immigration in Australia and perhaps globally?
I think that countries around the world are trying to make sure that they get immigrants that they feel that they need and they want. The Australian system is changing to some extent towards that goal because they obviously feel they want people who have better English and people who have spent more time already in Australia as permanent skilled migrants. That is something that a lot of countries are looking for at the moment, and is not really surprising in a way that Australia wants the same thing. So that's one very important aspect of it. Another thing I should stress is that it is becoming easier for students. They've decided that students who graduate from Australian university are most likely to be able to fit into Australian society, have knowledge of what it's like in Australia and so on. So it is becoming significantly easier from 1st of September 2007 to remain in Australia if you are a student.
Well, thank you very much for shedding lights on these issues, Mr. Sanwar.
Well, thanks for inviting me today.
And thank you for watching. From all of us here at Workpermit.com, I'm Jürgen Johansson. Stay tuned, more news will follow.